Hi folks, I said I'd do a workshop walk video. It's going to be nothing fancy. The idea is it just provokes some conversation on the internet. If you don't like shaky video, switch off now, because I'm just walking around with it. This the machine workshop, whereas my machines are sort of temporarily installed until I get a workshop sorted again. A couple of things of interest, which I'll be asking questions that people might be able to want to contribute to. There's an old cement mixer outside here with a big old Lister diesel on it. It's there. It's all this is it's an old cast iron arm. Must weigh a bloody ton. It's a vintage one. Keeps Dennis, who owns the place. He likes old machines and stuff, and do it up. Found this outside. Milan Heat High Explosive Anti-Tank, I think that stands for. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. It is empty. I've checked it. Just a couple of things. Well, I'm asking my first question here. There's two heat. What's the word I'm looking for? Bands. Once it reads -10 to 35 in a square box, and what that means, the square box, and -40 to 52 in a round enclosure. So I'm just wondering what that means. But yeah, I don't know how that's originated from. Manufactured by BAE. Right. Okay. Get back to the main event. Underneath there, there's a saw underneath there, which isn't Dennis's, but it's been dumped there. Right, first of all, this mill, big old, I don't know how old this is, Jaffa, nope, made in Poland. As you know, the Poles are quite good engineers, but this is a very adaptable machine, universal machine, horizontal and vertical. It's very sturdy, swivelling head. You can see there, but as well as being a big chunky thing, the bed here, the bed will actually twist as well. So as well as power feeds in all three directions, but the bed is it's a very versatile machine. Over there there's a K&T in the background there, which is a better quality machine, but not as versatile as this beast is. So I'll show you the label on it, so anybody's interested. But it's certainly a chunky bit of kit. It's used a load of steel stock delivered. I think they're for making tie bars with. He does them on his capstans. In here there's 3 lathes, plus my one, which is a small hobbyist lathe, and 5 capstans. He tells me capstans is where he makes his bread and butter money. This is a lovely milling machine, this K&T, very sturdy. And you can see the quill on that must be a good 4.5–5 inches is the quill. All his machines are BT NT 40 taper, but the quill on this one is even bigger. That must be getting on for 6 inches, the quill on that. So as well as the arm, the overhead arm will go in and out. It's going to be very, very sturdy. This is a sturdy machine, better quality machine, but not as versatile. But in bad condition, a bit grubby and dirty. Dennis doesn't clean his machines, but it tells me if you clean them, they go rusty. So let me walk down here now. So you see Dennis in the background, with an office area, etc., etc. Nice big surface inspection table. It's got no. So all the collets. I think these are for this Ward capstan. I think it's a Ward, this one. Apparently it dates back to the Second World War era, and it's still working, still fine. Excuse me. It's this has neat. This one uses neat cutting oil. This gets much better. Yes, it is a Ward. As I say, this one dates back to the Second World War era, but still making money. All tooling in the background for them. Another Ward machine here. But, mostly set up for different threads. A lot of threading gets done on them. So, say for tie bars, etc., etc. There's a big. There's a MIG welder there. This is the welding area. Big fly press. It's a welding area. There's a loco down there that somebody's brought in. Needs to make a bearing for it. Don't know a lot about it, etc., etc. And then we get to there's MIG machines here. TIG machines. I always get TIG and MIG mixed up. Doesn't make a lot of difference to me because I can't weld. It's big. Another TIG there. That's actually a single phase one, so it's quite a big beastly thing. Just on the top there, there's three tapping machines. It came out of Wilkinson's tools years ago. Quite a few of these tools came out of Wilkinson's years ago, which was a Warrington-based hand tool manufacturer. It ended up getting bought out by Record but are no longer in existence. Another big fly press, and then we come to my little area here, my Boxford. So, like a postage stamp compared to the rest of the machines in here. There's a big here, a radial arm drill, beastly thing. Doesn't get used a lot, but really is a. You won't want to get tangled in it. Let's put it that way. Power feeds on vertical, etc. if required. Big vices everywhere. The table on it's had some battering over the years. Dennis assures me before he got it. Some static engines over on the corner here. I think there's 3 here, and going back this way there's one here, Woolsey, that I'm making some wheels and new axles for, etc. So there's a myriad of tooling. Back of the Bridgeport there. There's just tooling everywhere. Don't know, what he's got. I tend to find here, if I put something down, it's lost forever. I forget what this came when you get a bank of drills. I forget what they're called. They came out of Wilkinson's. So used for production work. There's a nice Pollard pedestal drill there. Very good make, Pollard. Nice stuff. There we go. More tooling underneath the benches, etc., etc., etc. Another. That's a Herbert capstan. My little Boxford with a machine installed on the back of my lathe. And then Bridgeport with a slotting head on the back, which doesn't get used a lot really because of it. He has got a slotting machine here. But Bridgeport's had a lot of use over the years. An awful lot of use, that one. It's earned its money from what I can gather. Going back there again. another ward, which is looking back to perhaps 1 ward, 2 ward, 3 ward. Back this way to towards this this Herbert capstan. So, and then there's a very old Colchester Triumph, which I'll come back and talk to about that in a little while. It's more oh, for God's sakes, what they call when you get a bank of drills like that called? Cincinnati horizontal mill, which is apparently semi-automatic. This came out of Wilkinson's years ago. Semi-automatic. And apparently, the story about this one is some guy. They say it's semi-automatic. I don't quite fully understand how it works or anything like that. I don't think it gets used a lot nowadays, but it is. It's absolutely dysfunctional. Somebody's made a support head at one time. It's not the original one, but apparently some guy, when it was at Wilkinson's, this very machine, decided at the wrong time, for whatever reason, nobody knows, probably not even himself, he decided to stick his hand in there, and as it was going through its semi-auto cycle, one of them, and he ended up getting dragged into it. My understanding is he lost his hand. So can't see any blood splatter on it still, but I mean machines of any size you'd only get one chance with, but something, when you get big industrial stuff like this, they don't take any prisoners, do they? More tooling, multitude, etc. Taper tooling, drills, reamers, taps, dies, all the different. A lot of the stuff he gets is still imperial stuff, especially the thread stuff that's been, repairs are required for, etc., etc. There we go. I could go on forever. Now then, this is an interesting machine. It's a slotter. Burdette. I'm not sure what's this, but it's a slotter machine, which is a very good machine, these, and as well as, take a bit further back if I can walk into something. Yep. As well as the X and Y axis is for the slotter, there's a rotary table on it, which is an indexed from here. And my finger's there. That can be indexed. So the rotary table can be altered round. That's really nice bit of kit. More tooling, more chucks in here than you could possibly imagine. Just scattered everywhere. It's just everywhere. Bar stop. I'll turn around again slowly. I'll go back to this the old Colchester Triumph, which has been around for a long time, but is incredible. I know it's dirty and grubby, but the feel of this machine as it's actually done nothing. There's no wear in it at all, no backlash, etc., etc. Came from a local place for, I think they just wanted rid of it. I think he paid about 350 quid for it because they just wanted rid of it. Didn't want it. It was I think the generators and motor rewinds, etc., etc. Very, very sturdy old machine. Old Colchester Triumph. I don't know when these were around. but it's got a taper turning attachment on it, which is handy. What year were they around, these, Dennis? These Colchesters, because it was the predecessor to that one, wasn't it?
It's not as old as some of them.
Yeah. When you get a line of drills like that for production work, what are those kind of drills called when you get a bank of them?
Yeah.
When you get a bank of drills like that,
Yeah.
what's that bank of drills called?
No idea, it's like that one, that had 4 heads on it.
Yeah, no, but they're called something, aren't they? You don't know? No, I know they've got it now. I can't think of it either. Bits of scrap around. Right. There's a Colchester Student 1800 there. There's a problem with the gearbox on that, but it still gets used. It's more for the threading. There's a problem. We're going to have to investigate that at some point. It's jammed in the one position. So what's the cause of that? We'll have to figure out. So there we are. It's used quite a lot, that, as you can see. These are being made for a job. Don't know what for. I don't know whether Dennis knows. Just make them into a drawing and there we go. So there's the back of that, the old Colchester, the Triumph. Fuel and lubricants everywhere. Let's move around. And here we have a more modern Colchester Triumph. When I say more modern, it's made in 1984. This one still got its original chuck on it, apparently. Well, he mostly uses soft jaws on these. Quite a nice size machine. I've used it, and we've just recently replaced the cross-slide lead screw on it. It's on its third one. When I used it before it had the lead screw replaced, and it's still just a lovely machine to use. Very quiet, very smooth. Just a good solid workhorse, etc., etc. Supposed to be doing some kind of pipe work on it last, I think. And again, there's another Herbert capstan. There's one problem with the chuck on that, so there's a chuck fixing. Workshop like this, there's always something to do, isn't there? Nice big anvil there. So a few people have been after that, and the deal is, if you can pick it up, you can have it. Quite a few people have tried, nobody's succeeded. Stock, cut-offs, etc., etc. Metal cutting area, bandsaw, chop saws, surface grinder. I don't think that gets used a lot these days, but very useful if you have the right work for it. There we go. Brass tool grinder. Is that made by Jones and Shipman?
Tool and cutter grinder.
Yeah. What's that for, Dennis?
But we're going to make some brass muscles. It'll be a bit noisy. It's not too bad, though.
I'll just go outside while he's cutting that. Back to steel stock area. Didn't take long to cut through that, did it? Some more stationary engines here. Amongst the Foster bronze, stainless, different grades of all kinds of everything. People want for something here. You won't want that dropping on your toe, that's for sure. The only 50mm across was written on it. Not what that is. That must be at least 10 inches, perhaps not 12. Definitely wouldn't want that falling on your toe. With a chunky handle. There's a Linisher making it, it's still running, it's running down at the moment. Bandsaw. And the other, back towards the front of the shop, and it's the other side of the Kearney and Trek KNT. There we go. And the back of the bill, big Jaffo, whatever it is. So I think they've got most things that's most of the interesting machines. But, I'll show you what might be a little bit interesting. There's a local gearbox reconditioner that have to do turning on some of these shafts so they can fit, so they can adapt and take other bearings, because the manufacturers won't supply just the bearings anymore. So then, but we're going to have get a machine with diamond tipped tooling. I think you're going to be really careful with those. Horrendously expensive. I think the tip's about 52 quid was it? Was that plus VAT? And it's just one slight wrong move on them, and you can shatter the tip on them just by touching off in the wrong place. So these are supplied Timken bearings, and the shaft has to be the shafts have to be turned to accept them, so that they can go back in and make a good gearbox. There's a hydraulic arm there. It's in for making a new one. It's got itself bent somehow. Easy to make a new one than it is to try and repair and straighten that one out. It's probably good straighten it.